Good morning, travelers. Welcome to the Four Earth Stories. I am Philip Merlo, and I live full-time in my 1992 Toyota Winnebago. Today, we are talking about 5 amazing tips that will help you on the road, whether this be living out of your van, your RV, your vehicle, just life and road in general. So with that, let's get right into the video. Alright, the first one may seem pretty obvious, but it's amazing how many people forget to do this, and that is download your playlists, your music, your podcast, an audiobook, whatever it may be. Make sure it is downloaded, because there are so many places on your road trip or on your adventure where you're gonna lose service, and it's just nice to bring your music along with you. It's kind of part of the fun when you go completely off-grid, losing all knowledge of where you are and really getting out there. However, for long periods of times, even 8 or 9 hours of having no service whatsoever, it's nice to listen to your favorite albums or a new album for that. Maybe learn something through a podcast or listening to your favorite author on tape and heading to another world. I don't know if you remember a few years back where the 2 guys go on a long road trip and one of the guys brings a Spanish lesson CD, and by the end of the trip they're speaking perfect Spanish. Honestly, that could be you. It could benefit you so much to bring a podcast or a lesson of some sort or your favorite book or album, and this could be amazing for long drives. Make sure you're prepared, make sure you have stuff downloaded, because it is going to be a long drive and you're going to greatly appreciate it. Alright, the second one I want to talk about is have a first aid kit on board at all times. And this doesn't just include living in an RV or van or even just road trips. Honestly, at all times you should have a first aid kit on board, because you never know what's going to happen on your way to work, on your way to your friend's house. Anything could happen at any times, and honestly, it's way better to address the wound or injury up front than waiting long term. And before I lived in this RV, a lot of the time I brought a first aid kit for other people. If someone else I saw along the side of the road was hurt, or a friend got hurt or something like that, I knew that I was prepared enough to be able to go over there and give them aid. But if you do live in an RV or van, then a first aid kit is essential, because most of the time you're adventuring, you're hiking, you're climbing, you're mountain biking, you're swimming, you're doing all these adventures outside where, honestly, I looked down at the end of the day and I got scratches all over me. I'm bleeding in some parts. Maybe I fell off a cliff or something that day and I'm scraped up all over my knees. And to address the wound straight up, clean it out, put some vitamins on it, band-aid it up, well, it's going to help you so much more in the long run, and it's going to make your drives and your life a lot easier. Alright, the third one I want to talk about is solely for RV and van life people, and this is a big suggestion, but it helps me out very much, and this has become a Good Sam member through Camping World. So for only $30 a year, you can get a plethora of discounts and options that is so very handy for RV and van life lifestyle. And this includes 15 to 30% off campgrounds, propane, gear and essentials at Camping World, and free dumping. And over time, as you adventure around America, this becomes very key. You start looking for camping worlds, you start looking for Good Sam members on different campsites, because you can get great deals and it helps saving money so that you can put that money into your gas tank so that you can travel around more. So my suggestion would be look this up. It's very cheap. It seems like a no-brainer that you should get it if you live full-time in your RV. If you don't want to go through Camping World, I'm sure there's many other programs out there that do the similar thing. I know AAA has a lot of discounts and benefits as far as camping. I know being a part of the service or army or whatever not gives a lot of benefits in that. So do your research, because you could save a lot of money. Alright, the fourth one is huge, and this is all across the board. Whether you're going on a road trip or you live full-time out of your vehicle, is keep your gas tank above a quarter. In most cases, keep it above half a tank, because there's places like Nevada, Oregon, Arizona, where along certain highways there's not services for 100+ miles. And it's in my best knowledge that with over half a tank, you can make it between any gas station in America. But for older RVs like mine, where you're getting 160 to 200 miles per gallon, well, if it drops under half a tank and the next station isn't 80 to 100 miles away, well, I am getting very close, and then I am just stressed and worried, and that's no bueno. Another thing you can do is have a gas can on board. Mine is in my bathroom, under the cabinet. I only really fill that when I'm going through Nevada or Arizona, where I know there's not going to be a lot of stations throughout that. Now, another handy tool to help out with that is the app Gas Buddy. And this has saved me so many times. It shows every single gas station across America, it shows the price of it, people leave reviews, people update the price every single day. So you always know what the price is, where to get the best price for gas, and where the gas station is. You can just navigate right to it. I think even on like Google Maps and Apple Maps, you can find gas stations, but you have to do a little more searching, where this is strictly for gas stations. So check that out, do your research, and stay above half a tank, because it will save you so much time and energy in the long run. All right, the fifth one, and the thing that is probably most important, is keep a bunch of extra water with you. When I had a car and I wasn't just living in my RV, I always had 2 or 3 gallons of extra water in the back. These tools that we have, that we use every single day, have so much storage in them, and it's better to use them for something that's actually gonna help you if you're stranded or in a dire situation, rather than just leaving your trash and wadded up burger wrappers laying around. Use it for something like a first aid kit or extra water. But if you are on a road trip or you're living full-time in it, then I suggest having 5 to 10 gallons of clean drinking water always available on board, because you don't just drink it, you cook with it, you clean with it, you wash with it, you make coffee or tea with it. There's so many uses for water and fresh water that people just forget about. You know, they bring enough for themselves to drink, maybe a gallon or 2, and then they go and make pasta that night, or they go and make tea or coffee, and they're like, oh man, I just used half that water, now I don't have any water to drink. I mean, it becomes a vicious circle. And water is so easy to fill up if you just have a few extra gallons with you. You can go to any rest stop. Walmart sells it for like 30 cents a gallon. You can go to schools, gas stations, whatever it may be. It is very accessible. But if you have that extra storage and you have that extra space, I would highly suggest keeping extra water with you on board. All right, guys, that is 5 tips and tricks on RV van life and road trips. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, because I am gonna keep doing this series of 5 tips and tricks. And I also have vlogs of my travels all around the world. I have amazing pictures on my Instagram, so go check that out. But as always, so much love, guys. Safe travels out there. I'll see you next time for another video.